Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to another stream of Euro Truck Simulator 2 Korea, where we are driving our beautiful Scania to victory. And our brand new Raven design. I have missed this beautiful truck over the last couple of days. So let's have a look at how we're doing drive-wise. We got our sixth driver, Harold, who's currently... He's not performing great, but he's getting there, he's getting there. He's we can take the loss at the moment. So I'm going to see if he gets a little bit better. If he doesn't get better, we're going to fire the living shit out of him. But, he's our first driver out of Liège, so we got to give him some slack. That's my way of looking at it. The rest of these guys are doing whatever they can, as you'd expect. We are currently over in Bialystok. We ended the stream at a huge detour last session, like an absolutely killer detour. Now, I do not remember if we need to rest or not, so let's have a look at how we're doing in terms of resting. Look at that beautiful bloody truck. Oh, it's just beautiful. Honestly, just perfection. That's my opinion of this truck. So we've got 6 hours and 5 minutes, so basically, unless we're an hour and a half, we have to take a job. Now, do we want to go south down to Romania, or do I want to go north to Latvia? Honestly, I actually kind of want to take the 39 tons down to Romania, because we haven't really been to Romania. We haven't really been in that direction at all yet. And I feel like unless there's a better job, which there really isn't, technically this one's actually a bit better because we get the extra XP from the fuel tanker, the extra XP from the fact that it's an important delivery. This one has this one is worth more. And it's only 60 more miles. 60 more miles. You know what? No. We're going to go for the dozer crawl. Let's go for it. We got this Scania to be able to do the big boy deliveries. Let's take off our parking brake and let's get going. It has been a couple of days since I last streamed. I streamed on Saturday, and that was when we got our beautiful Scania. I don't know how long this stream will be. I'm aiming for, again, I'm always going to say this, I'll always aim for 2 hours or so, as I don't want streams to be shorter than 2 hours, because I think shorter than 2 hours and, what's the fucking point of streaming? I always find it weird then someone streams for, an hour and a half. I'm like, yeah, guys, gonna go. No shade to those who do that. I mean, if that works for them, that's great, but to me, it doesn't feel like I've streamed enough if I've only streamed for an hour and a half. It feels like I'm just well, I could have just run recorded. On that note, there is actually going to be a new Let's Play coming out. My first Let's Play in a couple of months. Although I would say these are technically Let's Plays, I do not consider them Let's Plays, as they're me mostly talking shit for a few hours. Mostly talking about things that I find interesting, things that are going on in my life. Also, I will say I actually do not feel sick anymore, so that's really good. I have just eaten a bunch of Southern Fried Chicken though, and I don't mean that basic Southern Fried Chicken that's a little spicy. I mean the ones that my mouth is actually still burning from, which is... Honestly, that's the Southern Fried Chicken I like. The Southern Fried Chicken that makes me regret actually eating it. Well, actually I say regret. It's some of the nicest chicken ever. If you live in the UK and you want some cheap chicken, some cheap chicken trunks, just, keep yourself on a budget, keep your belly fed, keep yourself fed for a cheap amount. Go get yourself down to Aldi, if there's an Aldi near you. Get yourself some of the roasted Southern Fried Chicken chunks. The battered chunks are okay too, but you do need a bit of salt or a bit of seasoning, or maybe a bit of sauce if you like sauce. I do not, which is the reason why salt's my season. But you get yourself some of the Southern Fried there. They also do some other flavors, but the Southern Fried are absolutely gorgeous. I'm definitely not sponsored by Aldi, but worth mentioning because damn is it good. Let's take the low bed. I want that red low bed. Does that affect the price? Does not. Cool. We'll take the red one then. Let's get out of here. Wow, 650 horsepower. We have such a powerful truck. I love it. To go from 480 to a truck that is a 6x4, we've got those 4 powered wheels. Technically, we have 4-wheel drive. I mean, in the most technical sense, we have 4 powered wheels. But yeah, so yeah, if you do like yourself, you're right, Willow. If you do like yourself some fried chicken, you live in the UK, get yourself down to Aldi, get those chicken chunks. Absolutely gorgeous. Will not be regretting it. How are you anyway, Willow? You all right? Oh god, this is This is going to be a chunky goddamn load. So we've got, you know, before I progress, we've got 5 hours and 45 minutes until we need to make a rest. That's 8 hours, Joe. Come on now. This one, 5 hours 17. Yep, that's going to be the one we have to do. It's good to see you too, Willow. Right. Are you guys going to let me... If I just edge myself out, you're going to... Are you sick? I'm in the road and you're just... Okay, yep. Good to know. Now, we are going to be going down some of the Polish back roads today, which are painful, to say the least. They are not very fast, but due to the fact that we are driving a basically well over 40-ton load, including our own truck, we are going to be... it's going to be a trip and a half. So 46 miles an hour will actually be, I'd say that'd be a good amount of speed for this behemoth of a Volvo. What are we actually pulling? We're pulling the Dozer Crawler Z35K. It's an absolute chunker of 40 tons. Yeah, we're going to get ourselves down to Romania. I'm going to try and get to Turkey today. Again, I'm going to be taking, until we have at least two... so we have at least the remote garages and that done. I'm not going to be going, you know, I'm not going to be focusing on just getting places. I'm going to be focusing on money. Because once we fill out the second garage, we then need to buy Brussels. Once we've got Brussels, we'll have completed Belgium, and then we just need to buy. We can buy all of our everything remotely, and we can just literally go wherever we want. I still want to stick to Northern Europe, so I have a chance to see our trucks in action. Because I still haven't had the chance, even in my personal games yet, to run across one of my own trucks. Every chance I've had, like, I've been on the same route as them, and I'm like, oh my god, I accidentally got on the same route as one of my trucks. And next thing you know, they're taking a break, or I'm taking a break. Typically it's I'm taking a break, or it's so dark that I can't see them. I was playing American Truck Sim a few days ago, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going past one of my drivers. My trucks are pretty much bright white with red, maroon, and black livery. I used the Stripes DLC for it. I was like, yeah, definitely going to see them. And we crossed on the part of the motorway that was part of the interstate, sorry, that was so far, like, each direction were, like, essentially so far apart that my lights, even, like, having my highs on, I could not see them. So I do want to run across our trucks. Is it based off a cat dozer? The goddamn big one, to say the least. Ooh, you're gonna really be getting in my way there, buddy. I need you to pull that milk as fast as you can. I'm pretty sure that's milk because it doesn't have a class. It doesn't have a ADR class on it. All I know is we've got this big 40-ton dozer that we need to get to its position in Romania. That is what we're going to do, by gods. Okay, we're gonna go through a little town. Going down to 50. There's definitely a heavy part. There's definitely a massive part of me thinking, can this amazing Scania pull quickly enough? Could pull this 40 tons fast enough to get past this guy? Overtaking with such a big load though is not gonna be easy. It's definitely possible, but I definitely need a decent amount of stretch of road to do it. And at the moment, the road is way too wibbly wobbly to do that. We'll just have to accept that this guy is going to be ahead of us for the foreseeable future. And I forgot to take my goddamn pill. Give me 2 minutes, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. That was yeah, that was a necessary quick diversion. I did not take my antidepressants today, so I needed to make sure I went and took those. You know, because if you don't take them daily, they stop working, and that's the, you know, well, they don't stop working, but you know, you have like a little bump in it, and it's not good for you. So, yeah, today's mission is get the second truck at the very least, or pay off loans. Well, I mean, how many loans do we have? I mean, realistically, we could borrow enough to buy another truck right now. I think what we'll do is we'll start chunking down these loans, and then depending on how many loans we get paid, we'll either try and end up in Brussels and buy the thing. I'm going to try and buy the other dealer before. I can't remember if I like said, oh no, we're not buying it until, you know, so-and-so, but if I can get in the dealer, you know what? Come on, let's do this. I would choose the uphill, wouldn't I, to do this? I am an idiot. You know what? I've committed. I've committed. He's slowing down more than we are. Oh my god, it's working. Oh my god, an absolute... That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. And a 40 fucking ton trailer, and we just absolutely smashed past that beautiful truck. Honestly, that is... The DAF wouldn't have not done that. Scania power for the absolute win. Not only are Scania's absolutely beautiful trucks and iconic when it comes to trucking in the UK at the very least, because one of the biggest logistics company, Eddie Stobart, they all, as far as I know, they all drive Scania. So Scanias are very, very iconic. But that is some power right there. Absolutely beautiful. Now, on a quick side note, we're going to go divert for another topic quickly. So I was messaging with my best friend today. I don't speak to her as often as I'd like because she's very busy, and I'm obviously, you know, my hours are very weird lately, so we don't really get to talk as much because, you know, both busy in our own way. I'm busy sleeping. She's busy, you know, actually, you know, being awesome, as she works very hard. But she messaged me today, and we were talking some shit, and then she just messaged me really randomly saying, like, oh, I didn't, like, she said she saw me playing Euro Truck Sim on my YouTube. I was like, and she was like, no way in hell does Joe play that game. It looks boring. Now, I understand where she comes from with that. Like, I was thinking to myself when I read that, I was like, yeah, that's pretty sound. Like, you know, it can look pretty boring unless you played it. So she apparently, with her partner, watched the entire video, and then as part of that message was like, yeah, then we proceeded to watch the entire video. I was like, I was just thought to myself, he was like, yeah, that's pretty much, like, the game's chill as fuck. Like, Roxy, it's chill as fuck. You just get the game, Roxy. If you're seeing this, get the game. You want it. But no, it was very amusing to wake up, like, to have a message that is essentially like, yeah, didn't think you'd play this. But both Bob and I were like, nah, no way in hell did we think you would play this. And then next thing you know, we started watching the entire episode. So thank you for watching, by the way. Big props. But most importantly, yeah, it's one of those games. This is one of those games that you just don't realize how chill and how easy to just play it is, or even just watch it. Like, I think there are ways to make this less enjoyable to watch, and as I'm watching like some Euro Truck in my spare time, when I'm playing other games or when I'm playing Euro Truck myself off stream, there is a guy I watch who tries to add like music. And don't get me wrong, if you're adding like lo-fi, that's great. Like, lo-fi, no one hates lo-fi. Lo-fi is absolutely chill. But if you're adding like a very specific genre of music, you're kind of ruining the video in that. And of course I know Squirrel Logistics. Of course I know Squirrel. Squirrel's a legend. If only he made, you know, the Trucking Diaries EU and Trucking Diaries NA still, because I don't like the other content. I like progressive content. I do love Squirrel. He's a really cool, like, honestly, shout out to the amazing guy. He's like, for what he is, he's an amazing guy, and his videos are always entertaining. But I do wish he would do like Trucking Diaries again, because that was like the content I liked. I like watching, like, this is why I'm doing this way. I like watching a career. I don't like watching random things here and there with like max level profile and stuff. I like watching the pain, the turmoil, the getting fined, the fatigue. I like this simulation aspect of watching people play this game. And obviously Squirrel's videos are mostly about the cool thing now. Freaking old 6 custom trailer job. Okay, I need to watch that. I haven't actually seen that, but yeah, like I said, I like the whole actual like logistics, like planning side of it, and, you know, like being like, okay, gotta rest here, gotta do that. But if anybody does want to watch like some Euro Trucking and it's just random shit, Squirrel is definitely a good shout. But yeah, back on the quick topic I was saying, if you do watch like Euro Trucking, when I said like Roxy, the game is really chill and it's really easy to watch. I just think when people try to add like a bit of a personal touch, if it's like specific types of music, it kind of ruins it for me. Because like lo-fi is like, you know, is just such chill music that pretty much, I don't think I know anyone who hates lo-fi. Like lo-fi is just great. It's a type of music that is just kind of for everyone. But when you try to add like a very specific genre, it kind of makes it harder to watch, and it kind of, you know, it's not as fun. It makes it less chill to watch. That's one of the many reasons I don't put music on. One, because, you know, can't afford licensing for good music that I like. Two, wouldn't put music on I like because obviously, you know, I would be limiting the viewer base because, you know, I like death metal, I like K-pop, which is probably the weird way to say. I like death metal, I like K-pop. I like some pop music, but for the most part, most people would probably consider my music takes a bit weird, so I'd probably put lo-fi on, but never found a good place to get chill lo-fi from. That's like, you know, not copyright. So we go for no music and the sound of our beautiful Scania. Because honestly, I could listen to the beautiful Scania all day. And then just, you know, every so often just peek out and look at the mighty Griffin. Beautiful. Let's go back down to 46. There we go. But to be fair, this 40 tons does not even feel like we're actually like pulling anything. Like this feels like if I was in the DAF pulling about a 10-ton trailer in the DAF. Like it's so like this Scania is having like no problem pulling this truckload at all. Get that a little bit wide there. Oops. Probably could have took that a little bit better. There we go. But yeah, it's just the Scania, man. It's just powerful. I definitely hope they rework Poland at some point, because those are, especially when they release the eventual, you know, once everything calms down in the world and they eventually release the heart of the Big R DLC, which I'm hoping they still do release once things settle down and once everything's fixed over there. And, you know, and by fixed I mean obviously it's not going to fix quickly, but like once things are, right, you know, back to a good norm where everything, you know, is okay. That would be really cool to have. It'd be really cool if they redid Poland and made it a lot more fun to drive in. Admittedly, I haven't driven here in Pro Mods yet. I have driven all the way down to Greece in Pro Mods, which was, needless to say, fun. Definitely painful. But then again, driving in London in Pro Mods is worse. Didn't they say they're reworking Poland? I actually don't know. I know they've redone some. I mean, if we're on about Pro Mods or Standard, I know Standard that they've reworked 4 German cities for 1.47. In the new beta, there are 4 transit cities: Nuremberg, Erfurt, and then 2 others which have been completely reworked. To include like new roads, new scenery, stuff like that. I know that I'm hoping 1.47 comes alongside the new DLC. I'm assuming it might do. But yeah, it's unfortunately not Poland yet, because Germany is obviously like the place that you're visiting a lot more. So I get why they're redoing Germany, because again, like they've been redoing Germany for ages now. Because obviously it's the biggest transit country in the game. Like, look at this map. Like, pretty much, like, as you can, I mean, just from looking at us, we've been through Germany a lot. I mean, we've been through France quite a bit too, and we've been through a decent amount of England. But like, Germany is a massive transit thing. They also they're adding the delivery log. Yes, I'm hoping when the beta comes out of when it comes out of beta and goes into standard, like, you know, goes into standard, and, you know, is the current patch. I'm looking forward to seeing what our delivery log looks like. I don't think we've added anything but excellent. I know in my personal game I had some good, but because I got really pissy with something, and then someone hit me, and I was like, "You bastard!" They fucked up my trailer by like a single %, and I was like, "Oh, that should be fine." And then next thing you know, I got only good. I lost $1,000 that day. But yeah, hopefully they do rework a bit of Poland, because Poland's a beautiful country, and it'd be nice if we had some, like, you know, more roads and, you know, just some more, like, just kind of, if you look at the roads, like, it's very, like, there's not a lot of transportation links, like, same with, like, down here and that, but I guess that's, you can always go to ProMods and stuff like that, because ProMods does do a redo of Poland. But sometimes you just like to not rely on mods. For the longest time, I never played ProMods, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy ProMods, but I'm actually enjoying this profile more than my ProMods one. Because I'm mostly, I mean, you know, I'm getting to enjoy it with, you know, chat. I'm getting to upload it, you know, having a little bit of fun. But, no, I think I like to enjoy a game without mods if I can as well. But don't get me wrong, I enjoy mods in many different games, like in Europa Universalis, Crusader Kings, Victoria 2, Void 4. Like, I enjoy modding. It's just, sometimes you want the base. Sometimes the base game is really good, and you just want the base game to be a little bit better still. You know, you want that base game to continue progressing. What time is it? Currently 7:35, so we can't turn our lights off yet. We'll get fined, and knowing our luck, we will actually get fined. Okay, there's a 70 there. I'm not even going to bother slowing down. If we get fined, we get fined. We're getting 30k in this job. It'll be great. We're going to go to 50. Yes. Good, we're on a road where we can get a 50, thank God. Think tells me that as soon as we merge back into this single lane, it's gonna go back to 43. Don't do that to me though. Don't do it. Oh wait, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. Oh, I fucking did as well. Thank you, police officer, for not fucking fining me. Oh well, what are you gonna do? We know that the back roads are 70. It's fine. Oh, 43. Sorry, not 70. We're not driving in kilometers. Screw kilometers. Even though kilometers are quite literally a lot easier to understand, because it's 1 meter, 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer, 100 centimeters is a meter. You know, shy and then 1 millimeter is a centimeter. It's like, don't get me wrong, Imperial system is definitely better in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I'm English, you know, we use both. So we use centimeters, millimeters, like meters, but then we don't use kilometers, we use miles. It's a fucking, and we use yards as well on our, like, we use yards and miles on our motorways. But in school, we're taught centimeters and meters and centimeters, meters, millimeters. We're taught liters, even though, you know, and our trunk, like, we buy petrol by the liter, but we have miles per gallon, which is a weird one. Like, I've never understood how the English car, like English cars are, like, really weird. Because we buy petrol in the liter, but then our fuel economy is measured by miles per gallon. And it is measured by the English gallon, which is fine, which is a bit closer to how understand. It's a bit easier to understand in a sense, but it's still like, why don't we just use, like, miles per liter? Like MPL, like, why are we very specifically using miles per gallon? Okay, so we've got an hour and a half, right? I want to test something. So if we don't rest here, how long would it take us to get down to here? 2 hours and 32 minutes. Resting here it is. We are getting very low on fuel. As soon as after we've rest, I'll have a look at my fuel economy and we'll see if we need to see how many miles we've got until we need to actually refuel. If we can do the rest of this trip and a little bit without refueling, we'll do that. Yeah, no one else needs to rest here. It's fine. That's our loan for the day gone. Oof. Only Brandon's made a little bit of money. Did you level up? Oh, wait. Nope. Harold made a little bit of money too. Oh, so did Katrina. And Lone Storm, that's great. Right, zoom in again. We have 461 miles left. It was 85, I think I put it out, wasn't it? Yeah. 461 miles. Can we make the rest of this journey without getting fuel? No, we cannot. So we will stop. We will stop here for fuel. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to have to rest again anyway. Do we rest here? Yeah, we'd actually very much have to rest. We're gonna have to rest at the border crossing into Romania. Whoa! Okay, let's put my cruise control back on. Wait a minute. Oh, that's Leah's. Okay, we're good. All right. I forgot that Romania has actual border control, so we're going to be having our first border control today. The good thing is, we should, once we get into Hungary, there should be 56 and 60 miles an hour, 60, I think 62 mile an hour limits. Because the fastest, I forget, the highest mile an hour you can go isn't in UK, it is actually down in Romania and Hungary and that. I forgot that the Baltic DLC has a lot of. I think the only problem is their highways are a lot shorter and they're not as long, and it's depressing. Hopefully, they will be made longer in future expansions, such as the Balkan State one or whatever it's called now. Actually, I can't remember. I can never remember what it's called. Whatever the new Balkan DLC is, that one. Hopefully they'll expand it a little bit. There we go, 46. Yeah, it's gonna take us a little bit of time to get. Oh shit! Did any of them level up? I should probably make sure. I need to make sure they don't level up in anything that I don't want. Hey! Yay! Harold's made 2 absolutely amazing jobs and is now positive. See, Harold, keeping you around was absolutely worth it. See, lad, you're doing your boss's good work. You're in my good graces, lad. Proud of you. Ooh, that's beautiful. Not as beautiful as my truck, but the scenery is definitely beautiful. I am looking forward to getting out of Poland because I'm pretty sure Poland's the only one with side roads at 43 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure all the other side roads are 50, so this is the pain for driving through Poland. But it's worth it. I mean, the scenery in Poland is still beautiful. To say this was the first actual expansion released by SCS is still an absolutely beautiful thing. Like, it shows early on that they were very, very... The fuck? Alright, that truck's magical, appearing out of fucking nowhere like that. Do we have enough time for 2 rests in this journey? Yeah, we do. 26 hours. Yeah, we've got more than enough time. It's fine. More than enough time. We're good. But yeah, like I said, this expansion really shows that SCS knew what they would like. They really had like the from the get-go, you could tell they had the vision of like making sure they had good-looking scenery. They weren't just making a game where you take trucks to and fro like some truck simulators apparently do. I say apparently because I've never played any other truck sim, so I don't want to I don't want to talk shit about a truck sim I've never played. Like, I've heard bad things about the on-the-road one from for console. And to be honest, I saw a little video of it, and yeah, you can get out your truck, but that does not make it a good game. And I've seen, I think, like, there's another one which apparently feels very soulless, according to some people. But like I said, SCS, to SCS, it looks like they knew what they had a vision, and they made the vision. And then every expansion afterwards has been better and better and better. And honestly, if they keep doing reworks in the same vein that they've been doing, and the reworks keep, if they keep doing reworks as well as alongside expansions, and they keep the reworks keep looking as good as they have been, this game is going to be absolutely amazing. You never know. ETS may eventually turn into WTS, World Truck Simulator, where we can eventually start traveling to more places. I mean, you never know what SCS is going to do, because, I mean, Euro Truck Sim still looks vastly popular. Same with America Truck Sim is nowhere near as popular as Euro Truck Sim. But it's still very popular. Like, anytime you have a game where consistently like, so a lot of like games these days, especially like Total War, like, oh my god, only 5,000 people are playing it, dead game. It's like, no, it's not a dead game if only 5,000 people play it. Especially a game like Euro Truck Sim and American Truck Sim, which are very niche. So American Truck Sim is about 5k a day on average playing. Now to me, 5,000 people playing a game every day on average are your hardcore fat people who are playing it. As soon as you release DLC, that obviously bumps up for a few weeks. So obviously, all I would say is, like, SCS are doing great, and with how they're doing in terms of like their like expansions and the fact that they're releasing. They seem to be releasing them pretty, like, I mean, they're releasing them pretty slow. It takes like a year or so for them to release them. But then again, if you look at all the effort they've put into it, it makes sense. Like, the amount of stuff they've done, really good. But, yeah, like, in general, like, depending on how long they decide to keep going with ETS, they could eventually, once they've made all of Europe, they could start progressing to making, you know, the Middle East, you know, some countries, like, they could make the rest, all of, like, Ukraine. I know that is in Europe, but still. They could make, you know, Georgia, you know, Northern Africa. They could make, you know, all the rest of Scandinavia. Obviously, that would, again, be part of Europe. But you get my point. There are so many things they could add that ETS 2 could very easily become a WTS. Or at the very least, just a big trucking sim. And I don't know if they'd ever be able to, like, link. I feel like there's also the thing of, like, do trucks from Europe go all the way to Africa? Do they go all the way to, like, the Middle East? Like, I guess there is also stuff like that, like knowing what truck routes do what. They should actually connect them. They could, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love for them to connect them, but at the same time, it's whether or not it makes sense. Like, does it make sense for, like, trucks from Europe going to America? Like, does that happen? Like, I think that's a part of an aspect we could think about, or they might think about and have decided probably not. Because, like, if we don't, as, like, a truck, if we don't, as a driver, go to the Americas, or, like, would we never go to the Americas? And it, like, you know, kind of like, it's one of those things, like, if we don't, then we can't. Obviously, I kind of like, I respect the